Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between, welcome back to Elden Ring. Okay, I just got a message, Basil. Hang on. I'm quite excited. That was nice to log on to. Oh, yes. Unsurprising. Thank you, Souls community, for for doing what I intended. Whole, therefore try pickle. If anyone remembers that gem earlier. Right. So the reason I'm here in Caelid, I forgot to open the Colosseum. I got so excited from defeating the Great Jaws champions that I forgot to actually go into the Colosseum behind him. Ooh, and look at this one. It's all red and ooh, very creepy. So all of the braziers are lit in this one. All nice and red. So, didn't expect confusion. Yes, I see where you're coming from, my dear fellow. So, I forgot to come in here, and we need to activate this, I believe, in order to be able to use the Statue of America that's inside of the Round Table Hold to access the combat within the Caelid ruins. Now, Jewel. So Jewel we haven't seen before, because Jewel is unavailable at the Limgrave Colosseum over there. So, do you know what? While I'm here, I'm just quickly going to give one a quick go. Hang on, can you change your venue? No, you've got to pick Caelid, right? So yeah, it's late on a Sunday here, so this might not work. I'll give it a little bit of time, and then I can quickly discuss also. Last episode we did the rest of Nokron. We didn't pick up Arani's quest item, not yet. However, there is one more thing I need to do before we go up to the Altus Plateau. It is missable, and I forgot to do it earlier, so I do apologise. I'll put a comment in, I think it's going to be episode 18. I think this is episode 19 we're on now, so let me see. Yes, I need to go back to Gary's shack. I forgot, because after we quote-unquote cured Millicent, there is a little bit more dialogue to be had with her down here in Gary's shack. So, we need to do that. If we don't do that before Altus Plateau, we will miss that particular section. It doesn't ruin her quest, but we want to be able to try and get everything as we're progressing through the game, so we will try. So, this isn't looking promising. Honestly, after the Limgrave incident, I'm not too surprised, to be honest with you. So I'll just give it another minute or so. I'll just have a drinky poo as well. Excuse me. Yeah, and we'll see how this goes. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I want to do as well. We'll just go talk to Garunk. I don't actually know if I have any more Death Root on me. Yeah, I don't actually know. I might do. Regardless, I'll go in to speak to Grant and see if we can give any more roots to him. Okay, I'll wait for a couple more flashes on my screen, and then we'll get going. The Joker is not amused. Okay, good. Right. Cancel, please. America, you have failed me, my darling. But at least we should be able to access this Colosseum from the Round Table Hold, like I said. So let's get Garunk out of the way, see if he's chilled his beans after attacking me. Excuse me, the last time that we came over here. Let me see, Garunk. Nope, we don't have any more Death Root, so it looks like we've got all of the Death Root up until this point of the game, which is good to know, at least. Technically, we could beat this guy now, I think, but they're still really strong, and I have no desire to do that right now, because you get a weapon that I'm not going to be using. So, Millicent, my dear, my apologies. Here we are. So yes, I almost forgot to do Millicent. I apologise. Okay. So, we don't have to deal with good old our troll buddy up there, because they do not respawn, thankfully. And I missed an item anyway, so there you are. Oopsies, I missed 2 items! Gosh! Am I blind or something? I must have been just focusing on not getting destroyed by one of the magic pots. My apologies. Like I said though, any items that are kind of just strewn around in the open world, I'm not too bothered about them. Oopsie, if they are an important item, I will either get them or I will get back to them later in a later episode. So here we are, Millicent. Hello. Let me see you.
Oh, hello again. Something about this place felt familiar to me, so I decided to pay a visit. Hoping to find someone here, but I've only found emptiness. Perhaps before my departure, I needed someone to say farewell to.
Yes, me on a daily basis, Millicent. Emptiness all around. She's actually quite tall. So anything else?
Never mind that. I must focus on my journey, for which I have you to thank. I must stay strong.
You're welcome. Do I have red on my chin? I don't remember killing anything. So yes, I think we'll do the old trick of quitting out and coming back in, and see if that gets rid of Millicent. And Gary should come back and have a bit more dialogue for us as well. I want to say Gary might be a merchant too. Maybe. Yeah, I'm sure he sells sorceries. Also, I noticed she had a little white mark on her face. It kind of reminded me of Sekiro with the dragon rot on Sekiro's face. Yes, hello Gary. You've unequipped my lantern. I do not approve.
Thank you kindly for giving the needle to Millicent. Now she too can begin
It's a spicy build.
And stare her fate straight in the eye. You've been a saint through and through. As thanks, I vow to impart to you my knowledge of the lost sorceries of the Celians, descendants of the Eternal.
Of Ulyssil. So yes, he can be a merchant. So 1 second, I'll take another drink. Millicent paid a visit.
Oh, you noticed, did you? Indeed, Millicent did visit this hovel of a home. It seems the memories eaten away by the rotting sickness yet remain, but faintly. However, she has no need of me anymore. No, she must embark on her journey and stare her fate in the eye. I mustn't impede. As I've aged, I've found the best way to aid the young is to be forgotten.
Oh, sad, Gary. Also, I've noticed the way I think he has his hands like that on purpose. That is a sign of non-aggression. That is a sign of passiveness, almost like you are surrendering yourself. I think that's to show that when you come into this shack, basically, don't kill me because I'm not going to attack you. Interesting. Oh, I remembered, because I work in the legal sector, and I sometimes deal with something called drop hand offers, and I believe that is called dropping your hands. So you're kind of submissing yourself to your opponent. Anyway, enough with the legal spiel. So you just sell sorceries for us, okay? So now people, we can finally go to the Altus Plateau, okay? Now we could approach from 3 different ways. We could take the Grand Lift Detectors, although we don't have the second half of the medallion. That is in a fort here, in the Dragon Barrow. We could go back into the secret entrance into Volcano Manor, and we could defeat that boss and come out into Altus Plateau that way. Or we could do the standard way and take the ruin-strewn precipice. I like this way because we get to defeat I wouldn't say a majorly difficult boss, but it is a boss that we've come across before. And which one are we doing here, actually? The village. I think it's the... Oh, I beg your pardon. Overlook. That's the one we want. And this place is interesting because now all of the NPCs that we've helped up until this point, they should be summonable for this boss. Look at this. So, we have Millicent, we've just spoken to. So Millicent is on her way up to the Altar's Plateau. And she's using some sort of scimitar there. We have Black God Bogart. So this is the guy that we helped. Well, we didn't really help in such. We bought some prawn from him back in the day in Liurnia. So if we didn't do that, he wouldn't be here to be summoned, I believe. And then finally, this summon. I think this summon is always here. This is Great Horned Tragoth. So you may recognise that he helped us out with Radon. Indeed he did. So he is a good guy. He helps out Tarnished in need throughout the land. I hope nothing bad happens to him later in the game. Anyway, I don't need the help because I'm super duper powerful. And I'll just be going straight in. And then behind this pillar will appear a certain monstrosity. Hello. So it's a type of draconic enemy. We fought one in Gale Tunnel, if you remember, and they gave us the Moonveil sword. Now there. Oh, watch out for the old sword. So we should be doing some good damage. Because we're quite strong now. We've done everything in the game up until this point, apart from a couple of optional areas which are tied to later quests. Oopsies. So, Phase 2 coming up. Phase 2 is when they go on the hind legs, make their sword a little bit sparky. What are you doing? And they tend to... I want to say they favour melee attacks, but they seem to be just doing the good old fire breath, which is very, very punishable, I'm afraid. Yeah, and we're taking very little damage, although this is a bad place to be. Yeah, that's a bad place to be, stuck in the fire there, because it stuns me. There we are. So I won't equip the Golden Scarab because it's going to be pitiful runes anyway. So we get their scale sword that they were just using. I didn't actually see how many souls we got, so oh well. Go on. Entertain me off a rump. I preferred the old two hands joke, I think. So now, we have now unlocked the next area of the game. And like I said, things happen, things shift in the world when it comes to certain NPCs and their quests. Okay? And now it is safe. After doing Millicent, it is safe to progress up to the Altar's Plateau. So give this a moment, I'll take another drink. My mouth is very dry tonight, I don't know why. I've not had anything salty or anything. Okay. In fact, I had some bruschetta for dinner. And yeah, there wasn't much in the way of salt at all. A little bit of pesto and some olive oil, but nothing major. So, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The Altar's Plateau. Not my favourite place in the game to explore, but I do prefer it to Liurnia. Okay. It can be a little bit tricky to get everything in the Altar's Plateau. It's there's lots of nooks and crannies. It's very, very open. Quite yeah, quite an expansive area. And we'll need the map before we can really start to sink our teeth into this place. So, we are up here. Okay? Let's just look over the edge, see if there's anything interesting that we can see. So I know we've just come up here, but we will actually want to be heading straight back to the Round Table Hold. So we can't really see much. It is nighttime as well. But down there is Liurnia. So, we want to go back to the Round Table Hold and talk to a couple of NPCs, if you don't mind. Okay, so if we speak to Corhin now.
I had been waiting for your return. I've decided to leave the Round Table Hold after all. As I mentioned, I'm off in search of the noble gold mask. We may not meet again for some time. If there's any incantations you wish to learn, now's the moment.
So, Corhin is ready to leave the Round Table Hold, as he alluded to earlier in the playthrough.
May the Golden Order shine through you.
Thank you, Corhin. Gideon shouldn't have anything else. But look down there. Something is open. So, this wing of the Round Table Hold is now open, and feast your eyes upon none other than the Dung Eater. So, I don't entirely know why he's red. I think it's because this is not his corporeal body. I believe that is in a slightly different location. Anyway, you can see that things are looking relatively good here, aren't they? It's a good first impression of the Dung Eater.
Have you ever felt the curse?
And he's also another Brummie.
Your whole being, the pox upon life itself, feared and despised by all. The reviled blessing. Apparently not. You are but a lamb, a stranger to defilement, ignorant of your own ignorance. You no longer interest me. I've been long without peace. Don't spoil my quietude.
Okay, Mr. Ventriloquist. So you can actually see his face beneath here. Looks like a very nice gentleman. There we go. Can't really make out too many details because he's red all over, but it looks like he's got a scar on his right eye. Very interesting. Big old nose. So I'm not going to talk to him again because he's quite mean to you. We require a quest item in order to be able to interact with the Dung Eater again, and he will indeed have a quest. However, right, let me just talk to Roger. However, Roderica will have something to say. So yes. I thought Roger might croak it after we continue with Rani's quest, but it seems going to the Altar's Plateau spells the end for Roger, unfortunately. Roger has died. And we can kind of see some of the thorns under there. Spell bearing. His equipment. So if you want to look like a proper mage, you can. Proper, like, old style, like in Final Fantasy, like a white mage sort of get up right there. Then he wants to get his letter. Okay. Death ahead. Oh god, they went for a full-on guts. Yeah, they've tried to do the whole guts spiel there. I just went for the sword. Although they are wearing the same armor as me, apart from the helmet. So, let's look at the letter that Roger left for us before he passed. Written with a trembling hand. I forgot to tell you, but it seems Dee has a younger brother. I heard he lies in a deep sleep in the aqueduct beside the eternal city of Nokron. And it said he stood before the Prince of Death not far beyond that spot. So, Dee has a younger brother. He's in a deep sleep in the eternal city of Nokron. Stood before the Prince of Death not far beyond that point. So, where have we just come from, peeps, ladies and gents? We've just come from, hang on, Nokron, the eternal city, which is all of this place. And who's this? Dee, Beholder of Death. So that is Dee's brother right there. So, this is, yes, this is the next quest. So it's not so much to do with Rani per se. but it will involve other NPCs that we are familiar with. But unfortunately, Roger will not be there to see it as such. So if I rest, and if I go over here, Roger has already been cleared away by the Tooth Fairy. D, do you have anything to say about your friend dying? No, of course not. So, what else do we have here? Has Hugh got an update for us?
Well, I took you for dead, no matter. Lay out your arms.
Nope, nothing new from Hugh, which is fine. Take these. What do we need to level up these days, please? Hugh, 44k. Okay. So we're near to the 50k mark, half 100,000 runes, which is quite spicy. Roderica, you might have something for us.
Are you here for spirit tune?
There's something you should know.
I need to warn you about something. A little while ago, someone started lurking in the wing on the opposite side of the round table. And I can hear, from all the way over there, the howling and wailing of spirits in fear of a curse. I can even hear the repulsive twisted malice in itself. A plethora of spirits in an unceasing cacophony. I can't even imagine. How much suffering inflicted to who knows how many souls. Not even the grafting caused anything like this to happen. You should keep your distance. I know you're strong, but please.
It sounds like something the Joker might be interested in. Roderica? Anything else?
I can hear it from across the wing, past the round table. The howling and wail. You should keep your... I know I can hear it.
Oh, sorry. Yes, she is indeed referring to the Dung Eater that we just saw over there. The Dung Eater, by the way, is a Tarnished, and if you remember, they were referred to in the opening cutscene. So they are a Tarnished sent to the Lands Between to try and become Elden Lord, but it appears as though their intentions might not be as honourable or as noble as our own. Although we can, of course, decide to leave the world in a rather poor state as well, if we so desire. Fia, how about you?
I am pleased to see you again. Would you like me to hold you once more?
It's been a while. Why not?
Now, come closer.
Don't you try anything.
You are so very warm.
Thank you, Fia. May I ask a favour?
My dear, might I ask something of you? Could you please find the owner of this dagger and return it to them?
Weathered dagger.
A certain person gave it to me as a gift. It's a very precious thing. It must have a special place in the owner's heart. So I would like for the original owner to have it back, if you wouldn't mind.
About the dagger.
I'd like you to find the owner of the dagger I gave you and return it to them. It's a very precious thing.
Okay, thank you, Fia.
Then good day to you, my dear.
Excuse you, Fia. This dagger, let's read the description here. I'm possibly being blind, I do apologise. There we go. Dagger received from Fia, the deathbed companion, who's also a Tarnished, by the way. She wishes for it to be returned to its rightful owner. It was once a special weapon of gold and silver intertwined, but it is now worn down and marred by a black gash. So, gold and silver intertwined. Does this not remind us of someone, perhaps, not a million miles away? Could it belong to Mr. D-Bag, maybe? In his gold and silver intertwined armor? However, my understanding is, or my theory perhaps, is that it might not necessarily belong to D. I think it might belong to his brother, because it is intertwined with death, and it seems as though D, the beholder of death, has literally beheld death and had an audience with I forgot what it was actually called, with the entity that is behind the root cause of Deathblight within the world. So D,
did you need something else?
Give the weathered dagger to D. Back.
What have we here? How did you get your hands on that dagger? Well, that hardly matters. I know very well whose dagger it is. Why don't I return it to them for you? Good work bringing this to me.
My pleasure. So, D-Bag, anything else you want to say before I rest here at this table? No? Nothing? You always were a guy of few words, weren't you? Uh-oh. What happened to the D-Bag, people? What happens if I just turn left? Oh dear, that wing is open now down here. D-Bag? Aww. Well, ain't that just a crying shame? Hey, Fia? I'm sure you just found him here like this, didn't you? You didn't have anything to do with this, did you, potentially, Fia? So we get the armor. We get his bell bearing. So I told you, shit happens when you get to the Altar's Plateau. This is why you must ensure that you've done everything up until that point. Otherwise, you will miss things, and they will be unrecoverable until your next playthrough. Excuse me. Fia, my dear, I wanted to have one more hug as well.
Finally, it is returned to its rightful place. The stolen Hallowbrand of the exalted noble. And now, I must bid you goodbye as well, though I ask you deliver this message to the Round Table Hold. I am Fia, deathbed companion, hark Round Table. Disturb not the death of Godwyn, the exalted. We who humbly live in death.
Hey, just don't float away. Do not
welcome our Lord.
Float away as an apparition.
To object, our Lord will rise. The Lord of the many and the meek.
I understand, Fia. Just 1 second before you. Oh. Well, I did say don't float away as an apparition. So. Pathetic. D-Bag has been eliminated. So, in the worst possible way that he could have possibly wanted for himself, because not only has he been killed, but he's been blighted with death, just like our dear friend Roger was. Kind of poetic when you think about it, isn't it? So, a couple more bell bearings now are from some dearly departed. So we go to the Twin Maiden Husks, and we might as well hand these over. So this is just a way to... also, yes, you get bell bearings for glove warts as well, which is quite useful. There we go. So we should have a few shops available now from dead people. People that we definitely haven't aided in their demise in any way, shape or form. But yes, if you give over a bell bearing that belongs to an NPC, it doesn't produce any sort of new inventory. It's literally what they were selling at the point of death. So, now let me just see. Can we access Caelid here if we wanted to? Yeah, we can. There we go. Very interesting. So, what was that? What was this at the top? United Combat Ordeal, Spirit Ashes allowed. How do I change those? Okay. So, Let me just rack my brains a little bit. I think that was everything. Banal. Banal's still there. That's interesting. I might catch up with Banal in a sec. It's been a while. See if he's got anything new for us. I doubt it.
Hello. Glad to see you safe.
Liam?
Here to learn a battle art or two?
Nope.
Well,
nothing else. Do you know what?
Here to learn a...
How expensive are they? Oh, the cheapest chips. Yeah, just give me these. Oops. Why not? There we go. They're all out of the way.
Well.
Man of few words, yet again. Now, let's hop straight on back up to the Altus Plateau, please. Relatively big area right now. Quite a lot to explore. I'm thinking I will start to head straight for the map, which should be on this road somewhere here. Yeah, I'll head straight for the map. I might just do this little area here, just so it's out of the way. And watch out for some delightful fellows here. So we have some fellowmen to deal with. Oops. So probably easier to deal with Torrent. And also I've noticed I have the fucking Baldachin's Blessing. Fear, when will I learn? When will I learn? Get rid. Now, a few items hidden around here that we need to look out for. We need Smithing Stone 6, at least for our big sword. But that might be good for our, what's it called? Twin Blade, which we also want to be able to equip soon. So I will be prioritizing endurance just until I can equip the Twin Blade there. Okay. This area, oops. I went a bit too far. Sleepy on the job though. It's not going to end well. Remember when these guys were fucking me up in the catacombs in Liurnia? Excuse me. Yeah, I was going to say, this place reminds me of the train graveyard in Final Fantasy VII. Doesn't it? Don't you think? I mean, obviously, like it's a medieval setting, but it has that same sort of feel to it, don't you think? So we got some golden rower, and we got a ruler's mask. Okay, so some sort of noble attire there. Not too interested. Sorry, I'm just trying to get up here so I can get a good bird's eye view. Don't think there's anything on that high spot up there. That might be it. That might be it. So there is some stuff to explore down beneath me in this. There's a sort of lake area here. Oh, I'll take you though. Thank you. Yeah, down here. There's a couple of ruins. I'm just thinking. No, do you know what? I said I'd go get the map first. Let's go get the map, and then we might double back here, and this is where we'll start our proper exploration of the Altus Plateau. Oh, hello. Hello. Ancient Dragon Lanciax. So, this is our first real dragon. This isn't merely a drake. This is our first proper dragon. Now, dragons are very hardy. So their weak spot is still their head. However, I cannot quite reach it, I'm afraid. So we have to do this the old sort of fashioned way. Tail is nice and open though. Okay. So Lanciax was here just to test our metal a little bit, and they have yeeted themselves back. We will, of course, be fighting that dragon a little bit later within the Altus Plateau. So don't worry about missing those. Him, sorry, or them. Right, a couple more fellowmen. I didn't have to use my magic flask, which is good. That means I don't have to rest at a bonfire. So let me just look over here first, see if there is anything. So lots of new materials for us here. So we've got Altus Bloom, we've got Golden Rower, we've got there was something else, I'm sure. There was. I've forgotten what it was though, I apologise. Right. Okay, yes. Oh, there's a fell omen down there that I missed. Oh, I do apologise. I'm going to go look. I'm kind of curious. I don't remember them being there. So maybe there's an item or something that they're guarding. Let me go and see. Might as well get our flasks replenished if we can. So yes, a very pretty golden sort of autumnal setting here. Kind of reminds you of the Rift in Skyrim. Yeah, these guys are a lot sturdier than I remember. Some sheepies. It looks like it was just them. No, not guarding anything. That's fair enough. Some flowers. Pretty, pretty flowers. Yeah, my mouth is really dry, excuse me. Ah, there we go. So, look, we're at the foot of Mount Gelmir too, that we could see in Liurnia the whole time. So that will be its whole own area that we'll have to explore. And we will want to be exploring that before we get to the capital, which is at the foot of the Erdtree, that we've heard about a few times throughout our playthrough. And the main reason for that is, first of all, it's an optional area, and secondly, we have to be able to go there in order to complete an NPC's quest. Because there is a specific item we'll need, and it's quite an important NPC for us anyway. Speaking of NPCs, you might see somebody stood over there. We'll go and talk to them momentarily. A few guys. Yeah, so you've got your usual cannon fodder people here. Let's activate you. Of course it's raining. Of course it's raining. Just when I want to show people a new area. So we can talk to Melania. First of all, let's get rid of the rain, please. Let's get rid of the rain. Thank you. And we'll talk to Melania.
The Erdtree is close. Only a little further till the foot of the Erdtree. And the accord is fulfilled. It takes me back. I was born at the foot of the Erdtree.
Interesting.
My mother gave me my purpose, though now everything is lost to me. I have to ascertain for myself the reason for which I live, burned and bodiless.
Very interesting. So, Melania, you don't remember anything, but you remember that you have a mother. Could you tell us more about this mother, perhaps? I mean, that would be kind of interesting. You can't just lay that on us without expanding a little bit. Right.
Shall I turn your let my hand share them with me?
So we might have to wait a little bit later, perhaps, to find out more about Melania. But I will be honest with you and straight with you right now. We don't really... You don't learn much about Melania throughout the entirety of the game. Like, she remains a little bit of a secret to some extent. Like, you don't fully get answers with Melania, but there might be some more dialogue that we can sink our teeth into before we start exploring more of that concept. Now, you might recognize this dear lady. This is Raya. She was originally met in Liurnia. So depending on when you come up into the Altus Plateau, she will either be by the Grand Lift Adeptus at the top, or she'll be in these Lux ruins here. Lux, obviously, makes you think of fucking League of Legends. So, are you Lux, Raya? You look a little bit like Lux, in a weird way. We're not going to be talking to Raya. Okay? if we talk to Raya, she will take us directly up into Mount Gelmir, into the Volcano Manor. Now, that might be all very well and good. Some people might want to get up there as soon as they possibly can, but we don't want to, because if we do that, we will miss a special encounter with one of our favourite NPCs. And I'll tell you who that is. It will be Patches. So if we talk to Raya now, she will take us up there, and we'll miss a special encounter with Patches. So we're not going to be talking to Raya. Okay? Unless you want to, that's up to you. Now, it doesn't ruin Patch's quest in any sort of way, but it's a pretty, like, I don't want to say important, but it's a pretty fun encounter with Patches, and it kind of, it plays to Patch's strengths, you could say, so we'll be hanging on for that one. Now, hello, my dear, you made it. Millicent. Either you got fast travel or you're extremely quick, especially for a girl with one arm.
Ah, we meet again. In truth, it's been smooth sailing for me. The scarlet rot has stilled since last we met. As such, I've been able to continue my journey. Though rather vexingly, I realized that if I still had my sword arm, I could have aided you in battle.
Well, you were willing to help with the magma worm, weren't you?
Now I'm tracing the path Melania took, after unleashing the power of the Scarlet Rot during her battle with General Radahn in the Caelid Wilds. I should like to meet her. This vanished woman. I think she's in the north, in the lands that lie beyond the Erd Tree.
Very interesting. So, for some reason, she feels drawn to Melania, who is a demigod, who is also happens to be an Empyrean, like the Princess Rani. So we get a proper look at her face now. She's got yellow eyes and that white mark on her face, which I assume is probably from the Scarlet Rot. And I assume she also lost her arm because of the Scarlet Rot too. So, yes, all in good time, all in good time. Now, Maleficent won't move from this spot until we get a quest item for her. So she will be here until for the foreseeable future. Now we get a proper look at the Altar's Plateau, and over there, Lanedell, at the foot of the Erd Tree. There we go. Magnificent. Okay, so we can pick out a few spots. There's some windmills over there. There's these ghostly white banners that were in the battle with Radahn. So they're obviously something to do with perhaps where a battle took place as part of the Shattering. Very interesting. So, I said I would go and get the map first, and that is what I shall do. So I might just do this encampment first. It's on the way. I don't see why not. So, we now have Altar's Plateau guards and soldiers. So a little bit tougher than our previous gentleman that we faced, but nothing we can't handle. Okay. Just searching these for any hidden gems. Oopsies. Oh, I forgot this is a trap. Ah! Thankfully, they're a terrible shot. So let's take these out first. Okay. Oops. Ooh, good hit. Well done. That was a late counter there. I don't accept that one. No. That's quite enough. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, this is why we have a big old sword. There. Oh, someone else firing at me. Where are you? There. Yes, my apologies. There is a trap laid here. So, let's take care of the heathens first. Yeah, bitch. Right. Oh, I hear a pumpkin. Yeah. Ah, shit. That was a good attack. Considering you can't exactly see anything. You really got me in your periphery there, didn't you? Good. Okay. And daggers. I assume they're a throwing item that causes bleed, but don't quote me on that one. So I'm just looking out for any more hidden goodies around here. Perhaps a chest, maybe? I don't quite remember. I know there's stuff down there where we got ambushed. I love it how they're still set up here for a fucking battle, and then they just decide to attack one person who happens to be a Tarnished, who is fulfilling the will of the Golden Order. So make up your mind, guys. Okay, so in here. Right here. We get a talisman, Great Shield Talisman. I believe that just reduces the amount of stamina that you lose when you are blocking somebody. Now, is there any more treasure here? I thought there might be. Ah, yes, over here. So yeah, if you want to be a bit, apologies for use of the word, but cancerous in PvP, you might want to take a Great Shield and then put that on and cause some havoc. Troll's Golden Sword. There we are. I told you you get the Troll's Sword eventually. Now that is a colossal sword right there, so it might be your cup of tea. Okay, so, excuse me. So like I said, I will go back and cover all the stuff that we've missed so far, but first of all, there's another encampment over there. I might just go and look into that one. I've noticed the frame rate is a little bit choppy here, so I apologise for that. Must be all these rays of gold, but it should be fine. I think. I hope. Yeah. So there's a Lanedale Knight. They are going to become the norm from now on. Anything you're hiding from me? Oh, hello. Your glowy gave you away. Oh, there's a second knight. I didn't know. Where the devil did you come from? Oh no, I'm stuck on a tent. Ah! Oh, so these guys can use perfume, as you just saw, which explodes in your face. And they can also make their weapon glowy, which kind of fits their whole spiel with regards to the Golden Order and using sacred techniques, perhaps. Sacrificial twig, very nice. Okay. So let's rejoin this road here, and we'll take the road up. Well, well, well. What of you? So, oh, well, let's take care of you. Honestly, I prefer you on a horse, because you're a bit slow on the uptake. Does mean that we have to destroy the horse in the process, but what can you do? For God's sake, had to be the Great Shields. Oh my goodness me, I can't believe they delay that counterattack so much. I mean, it's effective, but also extremely annoying for me. Okay, so that is the big old approach up to the capital up there. As you can see, very grand. I want to say potentially that door up there above my head, I want to say it's closed if you haven't... excuse me one second. If you get up here having not defeated at least two... what are they called? Demigods, or should I say acquired at least 2 great runes. So I believe the implication could be that you've come here prematurely and you're not necessarily welcome here. if having not proven yourself up until that point. So. A couple guys here. Oopsie. So this guy has a bow and arrow, I remember that. Always the most annoying version of any knight in any Souls game. Because they manage to fire like 20 bolts per minute or per 30 seconds or something ridiculous. That's what it feels like anyway. So we get another sapling here, look. So we had a sapling over there by the Lux Ruins, and we have one here too. So there is a grace site at these crossroads. I believe it's around here. I'm just going to go nip up and get the map first, okay? Right. Let's get that out of the way. And we will see a familiar face right here. So indeed, Korhin did make it to the Altar's Plateau. Not entirely sure how, but he did. So let's talk to him.
Ah, look who we have here. How delightful to meet a familiar face, even after departing the Round Table Hold. I've been doing some learning of my own since then, actually, and will happily pass it along to you.
Okay, so it looks like he's got some more incantations ready for us if we were into that sort of thing, but we're not. Cure poison. That's good. Cure poison, yeah. Great heal. About the Noble Gold Mask.
I'm yet to find the Noble Gold Mask. I suppose he'll be closer to the Erd Tree. The path ahead might be perilous, but tread it I shall. Since departing the Round Table Hold, I've come to understand, in my solitude, how little it is I truly know. I'm yet to find. I suppose he'll be close to the path ahead. Since depart, how little.
Indeed. So he is actually not closer to the Erd Tree technically. Oopsies. He is, if you are interested, on this bridge here. So I guess equidistant, you could say, to the Erd Tree. So yes, look here. We have our first map of the Altar's Plateau here. It's kind of annoying because some of the areas in the Altar's Plateau, they're sort of nestled, like this one you see. Nestled in this portion of the map, but to get this, you need to get all the way to the top of Mount Gelmir to get the map for this portion. And like I say, some of the places which are technically part of the Altar's Plateau appear within the Gelmir map, so that's slightly annoying for us, but I will try my best to navigate it regardless. Now, excuse me a second. So yes, there's plenty of things for us to do here. Plenty. You can't explore all of this, by the way. This is all, that's all just cliffs. The same with this stuff too, unfortunately. When I first wanted to try and get back to the, what's it called? This place. The precipice, I remember like thinking, oh right, yes, I'll have to probably explore down here and find a way to make my way over, and it's like, no. This is just a sheer drop, even though it doesn't look like it. So, my guess is possibly they wanted to flesh out these areas of the map more, but then maybe they ran out of time, or they decided to cull certain things from the final version of the game, which of course, perfectly understandable for an open world game, especially one that is already massive. Now, yes, I said there was a grey site down here by the crossroads, and it's already getting dark, which is not great. I want it to be daytime if possible. Oh, hello. Well, I could have done with you being stunned there a little bit, my delightful ogre friend. So remember, of these, you can only kind of get 1 or 2 attacks in before they start getting hyper armor and basically poising through your attacks. It sounded like they were laughing then. So I might get the old sneak on these guys, the old jump, if I can crouch, please. Thank you. So it seems as though enemies in this game react to you crashing into rubble and stuff, which I've come to notice, because I don't really usually engage with the stealth mechanic too much. Okay, so instead of a big old R2 charge, I'm just going to get some DPS in and try to just take that guy out first, which worked in my favour. Perfume bottles, not going to use, but thank you. I see some smoky here. Let's just go look at this. Apologies, I'm just going off the beaten track here. Okay. So. Have we done... Oops, I did not mean to do that at all. Have we done this encampment? Is that part of the one we did? I think it is. It's where we fought the 2 knights. Yes, it's... Okay. So. Let's go and get the... I see some enemies down there. I'm tempted. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hope you didn't think that you'd be getting away with living. That's kind of the opposite of what I want, really. Ooh, well done. Oh. Fucking finally, can we get to this grey site, please, Josh? I think it's over here on the left. Yes, yes, yes. So, pretty important grey site right here. You'll see why. We will yet again be united with our hubby. There we are. Bok. And it always seems to rain when I get to Bok. I don't know why. Like, could you please stop making it so grim? Melania wants to talk again as well.
Your seamster, Bok. I see him crying from time to time. I think he misses his mother. He wants someone to tell him he's beautiful. Does being born of a mother mean one behaves in such a manner?
Well, I don't know, Melania. Apparently you have a mum. And also, you know, there's a bit of breakdown of communication here, Bok. Like, if we're in a relationship, I need you to kind of tell me if you're feeling down or sad about yourself. But no, seriously, Melania just dropped a little bit of a hint to us there. Okay, and it's quite important for Bok's quest. He needs someone to tell him that he's beautiful. That's the little hint that she drops on us, okay? And we've only kind of got this information because we've been following Bok's quest up until this point. And this is also part of the reason why we won't be going into the capital until we have been up to Mount Gelmir to get a specific item. And it's directly tied to Bok. Okay?
Shall I turn you? Let my hand
please
share them with me.
More endurance, please. I want my twin blade, Melania. Ah, damn it! Still heavy. Oh no, hang on. Sorry. Ah, shit! Close. I can feel it. I can feel it approaching. Now, where was I? Excuse me. Every time. Right. Torch. Thank you. Okay. Have I got another brass shield? How many brass shields do I need? Get rid of this, please. I'm sorry, it annoys me. Thank you. Now, Bok, hello, my dear.
Bok the seamster, at your service, master. Ready to make adjustments to your garments.
So this is the second to last place where Bok will appear. Right here. So, he has a favour to ask.
Master, may I ask you something? Would you mind if I called you Lord? I heard that you and the other Tarnished seek the throne of the Elden Lord. Well, I know that you will be the one, and you'd make just the manner of kind-hearted Lord that I'd wish for. So please, if you would, allow me to call you Lord.
Bok, you... Bok, what are you doing to me? Please. Of course. Of course.
You don't say. Thank you. Thank you. My lord, my lord, my lord. Please become Elden Lord. And please let I, Bok the seamster, remain at your side.
Oh, we got the my lord gesture, and Bok, you don't even need to ask. Your wish is indeed my command.
Going already, my lord. Please do be safe on your journeys.
Well, also maybe don't crouch here in the middle of very dangerous enemies that probably want you dead. I'm just saying. Okay, so we got the My Lord gesture. So I think I'll have this instead of my bow here. Buck. Hang on. Every time. Buck. You are my lord. There. There we are. So, indeed, important that we followed Buck's quest up until that point, otherwise we wouldn't have had that gesture. Now, let me just think quickly about what I want to do. Okay. So I will go back and do these bits here that I missed, like I said, but first there is something highly important, and one of the main reasons why I didn't come up to the Altar's Plateau until this particular point in the game. That's because I did not want to fail Celavis's quest. Now, hang on, let me just go talk to this, is that a ram? Best not be. I don't do rams. Now. Oh, Erd Tree, great Erd Tree. The Golden Order itself unwavering stretched to the sky. Confer your guidance to our Elden Lord to put this weary world to rights. There we are. So he's just talking about having an Elden Lord to fix the world, which is kind of what we're here for. So, if I show you the map here that we got from PEGI, if you remember, right here. So this is a clue to where to find Amber Starlight. So just get that image in your heads, your pretty little heads, and oh look, yes, it's very similar. And could it possibly be pointing to this little alcove here? Yes, it is. And I see the fine players of Soulsborne have been very helpful in guiding your way up, and up. Although I will be honest, if you like to be thorough at exploring these types of games, you will not miss this. So we just have some octopi to deal with, and we have another juicy horde of sacramental bud. Give me that sweet sacramental bud, dude. Good. More. All of the sacramental bud belongs to me. Oh, you bastard! How dare you rain on my sacramental parade? Thank you. So, is that all of the bud? No. There's more. Okay. Now, what we came for. Amber Starlight. There we are. It's a special piece of starlight. It's not like the blue crap that we've been seeing up until this point. No. Let me see. An ephemeral sliver that gives off a pale amber glow. What remains of a passing flash of starlight? If the stars command our fates, then amber-hued stars must command the fates of the gods. Such is the belief that inspired the use of these shards to prepare a most special draught. Cannot be consumed by mere humans. So, this is a special amber starlight that is only suitable as nectar for the gods. However, we already know that somebody who's up to no good wants some of the shit for himself. So, without further ado, and before we continue with our explorations, we're going to go give this to Celavis straight away, I think. Yeah. Heard something glowy over there. Oh, I remember falling off here. Oh, that reminds me, I haven't fallen to my doom within the first, minute or two of an episode. That's kind of become my thing, hasn't it? It's a little bit ridiculous, really. Alright, Celavis. I've got your Amber Starlight.
Begging for another letter.
What's your tone, boy? Do you want this or not?
Well. You managed
managed to lay your hands on it. The blessed day is finally upon us. Goodness gracious, the way it glistens. Utterly enchanting. To think this was once a demigod's very fate. My, oh my, oh my.
Don't get too excited, my dear.
Ah, are you still here?
What do you think, boy?
I guess I should give you your reward. Yeah, please. It's all yours. It's splendid work. It's just marvelous.
Finally be nice to me. So, this is one of the most missable talismans in the entire game. It's so easy to miss. Okay? If you miss the steps up until this point, you won't get this. This is the magic clutch ring right here.
Now just you wait. The merriment is soon to begin. The scheme I promised is to be revealed very shortly. You'll be the secret, I promise.
Oh, instead of teleporting away, let's try the old quit out and come back in trick. A bit like crystal lizards in Dark Souls 1. If you want to make them appear. Reappear, should I say. So, as you can see, somebody is quite excited about their little scheme.
Good. I've been waiting for you.
Right.
It's finally complete. The perfection of my draft, gleaming nectar sweet. Give it to Rani and ensure she drinks it.
The amber draft.
The dead-eyed doll.
Don't get too close. Oh.
Rather remarkably. Though she might dip her hands in the dirt and feign that icy persona, she's a frail, gentle girl at heart.
A kind of tickles, Selvus. Your hat tickles me. About the draft.
You understand, don't you? That once you have Rani drink my draft, my scheme will come to fruition. And we'll be in a position to claim the very finest puppet ever crafted. Just imagine the pure elation.
Oh. Mightily creepy. But also, at least he set his sights on something. He made a plan. He was determined to see it through to the end, and you kind of think maybe he'd be the one that delivers the potion, but I guess not. So, if you remember, Lady Rani is in a deep slumber. So now is a good time for us to administer the draft. Yes, it's perfect. Oh, yes, sweet delight. Let us go and obtain the finest puppet of all. Let's turn a puppet into a puppet. Now, if I just could simply... What happens if you try talking to her, actually? Silence. No, just gently and quickly without waking her up.
Wow.
Oh, no!
This is a most unpleasant awakening. The depths of wickedness never fail to surprise me. I am saddened that thou wouldst succumb to such depravity. Led astray by Celevis, with devious tonic in hand. Didst thou think to have thy way with me? Begone, hapless scum.
Right,
I won't have
please.
another whiff of thy rotten breath.
I can explain. So yes, Rani was not in so much of a deep slumber as we might have anticipated. I forgot to read the description of the amber draft. I do apologise. But it obviously would have said something similar to the amber starlight shard. So, if you try to talk to Rani here too much, she will be displeased.
I have spoken. Away from my sight.
Yes, so I'm not going to test that theory right now, but she basically kills you if you talk to her too much. She'll just sort of snap her fingers and you'll die. Which kind of shows you the power that an Empyrean wields, really, doesn't it? So let's tell Seluvis that things perhaps didn't go entirely to plan. Also, something else to know. If you wish to use that draft on different or another NPC in the game, you can do so. Okay? So minor spoilers. You can actually use that draft on none other than the Dung Eater. Okay? So when we find the real Dung Eater, they may be in a position, a compromised position whereby we can give them the draft and turn them into a puppet. And in doing so, we can indeed summon the Dung Eater as our own little puppet. Yeah, I kind of saw that one coming there, Seluvis. So Rani's revenge is swift and effective. So Seluvis has been destroyed, and we get indeed his kit, which is quite cool. As you can see, he's got some sort of astronomical star chart on his hat there. Well, who's the useless motherfucker now, bitch? Bitch! Sorry. So, if you remember, Seluvis was not necessarily alone in his scheme. Obviously, we were involved, but there was someone else who was loyal to Seluvis, as we can hear.
Stop, please stop. You're my puppet. I loved you with all I have. How could you forget?
So these guys also had enough. Well, I'm assuming that Rani was able to manipulate them in order to kill PEGI, who was in league with Seluvis. We do also get Dolores, the sleeping arrow puppet. Remember, that's the twink that's in the basement, Seluvis's hidden basement. I say twink. It's a lady, but she's a bit of a tomboy. I think it actually says. One sec. Spirit ashes. Where are we? Excuse me. Oh, there. Dolores. One of Seluvis's favourite puppets, used to summon the spirit of Dolores, the sleeping arrow, spirit of a handsome archer who dressed in the style of a man. Called the Silent Hunter by some, she fires St. Trina's arrows from her short bow. Dolores once belonged to the Round Table Hold, where she was both a critic and a friend of Gideon the All-Knowing. It was because of her that he and Seluvis went their separate ways. So, this was Seluvis's favourite puppet, who happened to be a lady that looked a bit boyish, and she was also part of the Round Table Hold at one point, and she was friendly with Gideon. So we can perhaps surmise that there was a bit of a love triangle going on between Gideon, Seluvis, and Dolores. However, obviously, they grew jealous of each other, and eventually, Seluvis decided to just turn her into a puppet instead, so that Gideon couldn't have her. So I assume if Seluvis couldn't have her, nobody could have her, and so he turned her into a puppet, and that is perhaps why Gideon knew what that potion was when we gave it to him in order to save Nefeli. So what goes around comes around. I think that's the saying. So now, we are in a little bit of a pickle with Rani now, aren't we? Because we've kind of just fucked her off. So, if you remember, I said at least at one point in the game we'll have to absolve ourselves of our sins at least once during our playthrough. This is now the time to do that. Okay? Now remember, the miracle of absolution is not just reserved for mere mortals. No, it works on gods too. So, we can have Rani forgive and forget. Excuse me. Sins are absolved. And then if we talk to Tortoise Pope,
greetings.
About absolution.
I see you have undergone absolution, the miracle that blossoms from these grounds. Good. As such, the bond you may have strained or severed has been restored to its rightful state of harmony. Be mindful not to take for granted the serenity restored by this miracle, and take care never to break a bond again.
Sounds slightly menacing, my dear Miriel. My dear Mithril. So yes, I mean that's a bit of an understatement. We kind of we did worse than just strain the relationship. I think we tested it to its limits. But now Rani, the witch, will be friends with us again. She will have forgiven and forgotten. So, I don't really want to continue with Rani's quest just yet. But we are now in a position whereby we can complete Rani's quest. I'm not going to do it just yet, because it would involve us being able to go to the Divine Tower in Limgrave. And in order to be able to do that, I want a more effective ranged weapon. So I'm not going to do that just yet, but we are now safe. Celavus is out of the way, and we can continue unabated in our quest. So, Selux Ruins, Millicent. Surprised it's saying that Raya isn't there. Raya, sorry. Okay, yeah, let's carry on with the Altus Plateau, please. Here. So we're going to go into a little bit of the dark area of the map that we haven't discovered yet, in order to be able to get some hidden dungeons over here, or should I say off the beaten track. So some things never change. There's always going to be wolfies around. I see a scarab here. What do you give me? Sigrid Order, Asherwar. So there is a couple down there, but I'm going to go through into this lake first. Excuse me. Oh, I saw you. I saw you, bad jellyfish. Okay. So here we have some golden flowers. So, as mentioned previously, they like to have flowers that are sort of in keeping with the environment that we're in, the biome. They always fall the other way. They always fall the other way. However, we are doing some pretty tasty damage now, if I don't mind my saying so. They still drop the same old shit though, so some things don't change. Now these jellyfish, as we've sort of become accustomed to previously, this kind of reminds me of like a Super Mario situation, where there's like a ring of flowers on the ground. I didn't get anything for it. So as we know, jellyfish tend to lead you to a more secluded location, such as a cave or something hidden away, and that is precisely what they're doing now. But first of all, I'm just going to look along this edge, see if there's any more items before I forget. Doesn't look like it. And then down there, like I say, that leads to, I think, a couple of dungeons down there. I don't know why they're flickering red. Oh god, they just disappeared. I've never seen that happen before. First time for everything, I suppose. Yes, there's a dog. Okay. So yes, I'm quite pleased that we managed to deal with Celavis's quest there. It actually took me a few playthroughs to get that right, because I didn't really read any wikis or anything to figure it out, but it was sort of a trial and error situation. But I eventually discovered that, yes, don't progress Rani's quest too far, and don't go to the Altar's Plateau too soon. Now, so we have an illusory place. I thought you were a crab then. Oh, bye. Well, they're fucked. Ah, yes, I remember this place, I remember. So, I think there's... one sec. I thought there was somewhere off to the left that you could go. Ah, here we go. So, let's go this way first. This could... Oh, hang on. No. Nope, I beg your pardon, I got completely turned around, I apologise. I'm perhaps thinking of a different dungeon, but anyway, let's go this way first. Let's see. Ooh, lots of goodies. I think in this place there is actually 2 bosses in this place. 2 separate bosses. Good, we'll be needing those here. Yes, Deathblight now starts to become more prevalent within the game, okay. They've kind of spared us the joy of having to deal with that too soon. Okay, so as you'll see, if you're online, you'll have some helpful messages here, although it's kind of obvious that this is a pathway. Hello to you too, boys. Don't care. Very weak. Oh, lots of goodies. Lots of goodies, and not a mimic to be had. Black Herd. Okay. Candletree wooden shield. Kind of reminds me of the shield from Dark Souls 3, the Millwood shield, because they're kind of obsessed with that tree. Never fully understood the lore behind that one. Maybe somebody in the comments wants to explain, if they know. Oh. Because I know... Oh, it's a big one. Try and get this small fry. It worked out. I remember that about the Millwood Knights in Dark Souls 3, because that's my favourite armour set in the game. The Millwood Knight set. Because it's very high defense, and it looks kind of cool. The old antlers helmet fashion to it. Okay, so there's lots of goodies in this place. What's it called? Sage's Cave, there you are. I can hear some walking around behind me, some claws there. I want to say that's actually the thing depicted in the Claw Talisman. Yeah, you see? Not entirely sure why they chose that one, but I guess it's like a death from above kind of situation, isn't it? Yeah, I was thinking of a different cave earlier, I apologise. So, that is the way to the main boss down there, okay? Now, if we want to get the optional boss of the cave... That was somebody naked with spikes for hands. Honestly, I don't know how some people play this game. So that Raptor's thingy that we just got, it's kind of similar to, what's her face from Bloodborne? What's her name? She talks like that. Leave the haunting of haunters to me. What's her name? Eileen the Crow, that's it, I got it. Very reminiscent of Eileen the Crow. So this is just a dude. It's literally just a dude. It's an old man. With some snail things. Oops. Jesus Christ, I say it's an old man. No. Please. Ah! No. Oh my god. No. No! Oh my goodness. It's an old man that's beating the shit out of me. Right, just please, thank you. Yeah, my apologies. We probably should have taken out the snails first. There they go. Family heads. Well, that could have gone better, but also we didn't die, so that's all we care about. Now, like I said, there are 2 bosses. This was just a hidden boss right here. Let's go and get the main boss. I'm just going to take a drink as well. Excuse me. Okay. So plenty of moss in this place too. I think that is just death down there. Yeah. As that skeleton showed us very kindly earlier on in the cave. So this one is a Black Knife Assassin. Ooh, oh, it's an invisible. I see you there. So it's a bit of a... Oh! It's a bit of a Priscilla situation here. Why are you walking away? Oh! Priscilla / Sister Freed situation. There we are. So we've got to use our wits. Ah, shit. It is annoying how they can sort of grab you. They don't have to be behind you to get their grabby off. Oh, you're over there. Shit. Ah, bollocks. No, behind me. Might heal up. She's coming. Ah, oh god, she leaped for me there. She leaped. There we are. Maybe don't stand too close, sweetie. Yeah, they think it's all over. It is now. There we go. Concealing Veil. Let me have a look at this one. Conceals wearer while crouching. Ooh, so it's very much a stealthy thingy. Talisman put together from dark cloth with a lustrous sheen completely conceals the wearer's presence while crouching at a distance from foes. Part of one of the concealing veils used by the assassins of the Night of the Black Knives. So yes, these Black Knife assassins were ladies who were loyal to Princess Rani, who helped her to carry out the assassination of Godwin the Golden on the Night of the Black Knives. So they are sort of strewn throughout the land as almost like spectres that remain from that fateful day. They're a bit like, kind of reminds me of like the whole Black Knight situation in Dark Souls 1. Like left over from loyal soldiers left over from Gwyn, and they're kind of just roaming the world aimlessly. I want to say there were nine assassins, but I've actually never counted before, because there are a certain number in the game, and I wonder if it actually adds up to like 8 or 9, whatever it's supposed to be. I do wonder. Right, I think, is this the Perfumer's Ruins? Maybe. It is indeed, right. So, couple of goodies here, and here we have our first Perfumer. So, as you can see, they can buff themselves. Right there. They can also pack a bit of a punch, but they're very squishy. So, just try not to stand directly in front of them, I would say. And try to get to them before they can get their spells going. So, there's an Omen Killer. He was the boss earlier. We get his some of his armor there, which is good. I see you. Oopsie. Thank you, thank you. I just got an abundance of budding cave moss, but thank you very much. So, bit of an Easter egg here coming up in a second. For anyone that, excuse me, doesn't know. Who recognizes this? Haha! So, for some reason, there's like 2 or 3 chests in the game which are direct copies of the chests from Dark Souls. Now, you'll see the chain is hidden on this occasion, so I think they've done that on purpose, but do not worry, it is not a chest mimic. Okay. So, there we are. Now, there's a bit more, and there will be a cellar coming up too, and I believe this one has a boss. Oh, I didn't mean to use that one. Oh well. It might be useful for the boss coming up. We'll see. Should I drop down there? Yeah, that's fine. As long as you don't... Oh shit. Let's quickly do this before we get poisoned. There we are. Yeah, so usually I'd like to be using a twin blade against these guys, because my big sword doesn't really... it's not the best for them. It's good at staggering though. But you are kind of blocking something there, buddy. What are you hiding? Butterfly. Great. Not really what I was hoping for. Okay, so it looks like there's a hidden panel there. Are there any more items for us to grab, please? Oh, I remember, there's a talisman. You get a talisman in this place, which helps for people that like to use perfume. In-game perfume, I mean, not in real life. Although imagine that you had... Oh, there's no boss, sorry. Imagine if you had a talisman in real life that increased the potency of your perfumes or aftershave. Be quite useful, actually. Right, so that's the ruins done here. There should be some more beneath us that we need to deal with here. But remember, there could be some wolfy woos too. Any wolfy woos? Oh. I was certain there were, but maybe not. So I said there were 2 dungeons, didn't I? I am thinking of a different place, so I do apologise. Perhaps I was thinking of that ruins up there as well. But no, we just want these catacombs. We need 2 stone sword keys for it. Okay. Let's have a look. And while I'm down here, I will just check what time I'm on to. An hour and a half. God, it's flown by. Jesus Christ. It is getting pretty late, so I don't think I will overextend this episode too much like I did in the previous one. But in the previous one, I was very excited to be tying up all those loose ends that we'd built up until that point. Now remember, I can hear some hissing. It's a bit scary. Oh, it's you. Hello. For some reason, it's a misbegotten hideout. Okay. There's a Jesus. Bit of a weird place for it. So, things should start to get a little bit more difficult now. Especially in dungeons. Should start to get a little bit more tricky, but we are obviously quite well prepared for things. Okay. I could do with Ghost Glove Warp, please, if you wouldn't mind. Now, as we know with these places, there can sometimes be some hidden stuff. Ah, yes, here we go. So it looks like there's a drop down there. Oh, that was a good old whiff, wasn't it, you prick? Yeah, we'll start heading down there once we've explored the rest of this place, I think. So I hear some more breathing. Oh, doggo, I'd rather get rid of you first. So, just as pathetic as last time. The poor fellows. Oops. So, it looks like we can get down there too, into that pit. Yes, there's an item. God, they really are loud, aren't they? Okay, what's down here, please? Oh, that's the boss door. I think we are actually... Oh god, there's a fellowman. Yeah, we're at the lower bit where we got that ramp down. Well, at least we kind of... we know what the situation is now. We have 2 ways that we can go. Although, honestly... Oh, hello. You decided to show yourself, did you? So I'm only going to risk taking 2 attacks and then finish. I had to learn the hard way with you guys. Okay, so there's the lever. Honestly, I get the feeling as though we have to drop down into that pit. And I think the ramp that was above us is kind of just to get that one item that we saw. So let me get down here first. Okay, we got some guys playing dead here. 1, 2, 3. 4. 4 of them. I mean, guys, who are you fooling? But also, I could possibly think of a better place to sleep. So that's a level 5. We need a level 6 Ghost Clubwort so we can level up our what's it called? Mimic tier a little bit more. Interesting. Oh look, they don't have a lantern. It's no good. Having to rely on a torch at this stage of the game? Have you been following my walkthrough? Alright. Apologies. Right there. Okay, so yes, we perhaps should have got that item from the old drop down earlier. In fact, oh, we need to jump down. I beg your pardon. This feels very much like a chalice dungeon right now. So yeah, let me go back and get the item above that we missed. And we can go do the boss, which I do not remember in the slightest. Perhaps it'll be a misbegotten, a Lionel misbegotten, whatever they're called. Although we took care of one of those not too long ago in Redmane Castle. Okay. So, oh my goodness, we already got the item. I apologise. But at least, that was close. At least now we know. Is this literally just a shortcut? I mean, I don't think we can even get to the item anyway. No. I apologise, it's literally just a short way down. There we go. Now we know. Any root resin for me? No. Okay, what have we got here? Am I going to get my shit kicked in, or... Ah, it's a duo. So, we take out Patricia first. Which I'm sorry about, my dear. Patricia! Sorry. And then I'm afraid the rest is sort of history at this stage. We already know what's going to happen to you, my fine fellow. Are they using my sword? No, slightly different. I'm not even sure you can use that sword. I don't recognise it. No. Almost. I'm afraid they're not doing very much damage. You're a wannabe Ganondorf. So we got Perfume Trisha. I can't really comment on her. She might be good if she like does spells that buff you, and then she throws her perfume in your face and melts your face off. So honestly, you could perhaps experiment with her, but like I said, we already have the best summon / item in the game in the form of the Mimic tier, so I don't think I'm going to be experimenting at this point. And also, our Glovewort is kind of... why has my hair gone black? You see? Just the rain. We have finite resources when it comes to Glovewort, so I'm not going to be wasting it on experimentation, I'm afraid. Is there anything else over here? I'll be honest, I have no idea where I currently am, but it looks interesting. Oh, there's a perfumer. Sorry, sweetie, I'm going to be ruining your little garden here. Hope you don't mind. No, it's literally just them with some flowers. Okay. So, we've done the left-hand side of the graveyard, the abandoned coffin, whatever it's called. We did the Sage's Cave up there at the top of the lake. Now, if I could please look at my map, thank you. Okay, we're gonna ride. What is this? That's the Lux Ruins. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna sort of ride in this direction and do the Lux Ruins, I think. Now, we can't get up to Mount Gelmir yet, which is all fine and dandy. We don't want to go there yet anyway. But there are a few approaches to Mount Gelmir when the time comes. There's like 3 ways to get there. Not including the special way that we went through that Iron Virgin, if you remember. Which we could go and do now, if we wanted to. But, you know, I'll leave that for when we actually start exploring Mount Gelmir. Although, to be fair, where the exit comes out, it kind of just leads to the Altars Plateau anyway. So, we'll see. We'll see how I feel. Excuse me. So, yes, I apologise. We actually want to be more up there. So, let's go back to the Lux Ruins. I think we'll do the Lux Ruins now. So, the Lux Ruins, a little bit interesting. Second. It's daytime again. Beautiful. So, aside from going all the way around, I'm not sure how you get up there. Like, okay, you could approach from this side, I guess, but the actual main part of the ruins is up high on the cliff there. Now, there is one cheeky way to get over there, and that is that jump there. So, it's a little bit tricky, but very doable. So, let me see. Let's see what we can do here. You've really got to jump at the last second, and there you go. Okay, so that's a bit of a shortcut there. Now, what do you have in store for me, please? That is a demi-human. Seize. I hope you're not bullying Bok still. I will not be pleased. So, there is a twinkly over there in that tower, I remember that. And I always remember, if you make it disappear, because it's a white one, I've never been able to find it after it disappears. Oh, there's a tiny one. Excuse me. It's a mini-me. I would call him Mini-Me. I could never do an impression of Mike Myers. Maybe Shrek, but I will not embarrass myself right now. So, let me get my bow out. And if we look over here... Boom. So, shield crash. Yeah, if it disappears, I'm not entirely sure where it goes. So, try to use a ranged attack for that one. Anything else in here, please? Nope. So yeah, this is a bit of a change to where we've been exploring. We've sort of been in some... Oh, hello. No. We've been in some dark and dreary and damp places. Now we're in a wonderfully splendid gold, bright place. It's a little bit jarring, actually. Okay, so I feel like I'm missing something, perhaps. There's obviously a cellar. Ah, there it is. There's a stake of Marika too, which makes me think, yes, there is a boss. But before I do that, I know there are some more demi-humans. I can hear something nattering in my ear. Thank you. And there was some more, like, over here somewhere? That's a squirrel. Nope, I guess that was them. Okay. So, I don't remember which boss this is. Oh, I know. I think it's pretty much just a demi-human queen. It's called, like, Maggie or something. Yes. Oh, no, this one's a Gillica. Which, extremely off-topic. but it reminds me of... If you'd like to die, please. I believe there's something called the Gilliker principle, or the Gilliker rule in the UK, which is a type of law which determines the age of medical consent for teenagers. So I think you have to be maybe 16 in order to be able to like consent to like getting like family planning advice or the access to condoms, etc., etc., etc. Don't quote me on that one though. Ritual Sword Talisman. I remember this has some. This one has some interesting lore on it, I think. Oh, I remember. I think this is one of the few items that actually mentions the Colosseums in the game. A talisman patterned after swords used in ritual combat held to honour the Erd Tree. Raises tap power when HP is at maximum. So Lloyd's Ring, whatever it's called. The practice had died out by the age of King Consort Radagon, but remains of the arenas where ritual combat took place and can still be found in every land. So I missed this little nugget up until I read the wiki when I was trying to read up about what the Colosseums do, and this is indeed a direct reference to the Colosseums. So ritual combat was held for the favour of the Erd Tree, but then it died out during the Age of Radagon. So excuse me while I take a drink. I assume it means when Radagon left Renala and went to go wed Marika and became the Elden Lord. That is when the practice died out, so he obviously wasn't very much in favour of it by the looks of it. There's a straggler. Okay, I see some potential loot here. Also, I know there's like a weird grey site that's kind of just like in the middle of this field. Guys, really, like, what are you hoping to achieve? Oh dear. Points for trying. Points for trying. Yeah, there's like a weird grey site. Hang on. Let's see if I can see the, streaks of piss anywhere. Maybe down this cliff, or is that just literally the edge of the mountain? Yes, it is. I promise you there's a grey site. I promise. Ah, I see, yes. I always remember this one because this is yet another thing that I missed in my first playthrough. Right here. Bit of a weird one, isn't it? You think they'd maybe put it closer to the Lift of Dectus over there. So yeah, like I said, if you come up via the Lift of Dectus to the Altus Plateau, Raya will be here, and not in the Lux Ruins. So, I think, are these guys tame? Are you friendly? No, not at all. Who am I trying to kid? I thought maybe, just maybe, there'd be one thing in the world that's not trying to kill the Tarnished. This is why I have to kill everything. Because you're just not being nice to me. You don't play ball. And it's already over, I'm afraid, my dear friend. Oh, excuse me, if I could please. Thank you. You alive? Oh, I'm quite impressed. There we go. You can get their halberd, by the way, which I believe is a colossal weapon. So yes, let's go look quickly at the Lift of Dectus. There's not really much here. Praise the monster. I'm guessing Raya would be right here. First off, Grace, therefore seek High Spot. Oh, he's telling you that there's a site of Grace over there. Okay, very interesting. Now, we cannot access the Lift of Dectus right now. There is literally no point, because we're already here on the Altus Plateau, I'm afraid. So yes, but we will, you know, we'll use it eventually, but literally just for the sake of it. Now, I see a camp over there. Let me see where we are on the map now. Yeah, so we've kind of done this first little area. That's where the lake was. Ah, yes. There's a little jail down there. There's a little jail down in the gorge. Let me just see what time I'm on. Let me try and calculate how much time I have. I've got like 10 minutes. Okay. I think we can do that. First of all, this encampment. Now, is this the one where there's a bit of a surprise? No, it doesn't look like it. Oopsies. So yes, we are fully reunited with the Misbegottens here. Maybe they've had their wicked way with Castle Morn, and they're trying to expand their empire up into the land of the gods. Can't blame them for trying. Not just be the demigods that have a slice of all the action, no? Now, is there anything actually here? I grabbed one item. I don't actually remember what it was. Short-term memory loss. Ooh, all the bits of armor there. No, I think that was it. It's weird, you can summon for help here too. They're not exactly very menacing at this point in the game. Although these flying ones are slightly more annoying, I'd say. There we go, thank you. So, is there anything else? Anything else? Yeah, so that leads up to the main gate that leads to the outskirts of Lanedale. Ah, there's a little tent here. Might as well get that out of the way. Please and thank you. So, let's go down into that gorge and look what that jail is all about. This gorge, I remember, is actually one of the paths that leads into Mount Gelmir. Right there. See? So that's one of the ways up the mountain. I've killed all you guys before, so I'm not too interested. I'm guessing the ballistas will be active again, which could be a slight issue, but no, we're okay, we're okay. Okay. Now this jail, it's a bit of a weird one. I'm not entirely sure what they were trying to go for. It's a bit of a blatant reuse of assets, but I'm not really sure if there's any lore implications. I mean, at least from my perspective, it doesn't really make sense, lore-wise, as to why this guy would be down here. Oh, excuse me. Don't think there's any hidden items around. No. So we need a stone sword key for this one, or two. One. So, let's have a look, please. And prepare yourselves for the return of Godric. Although this time we have Godfroy, the Grafted. I mean, is it Godric's long-lost brother, maybe? Or Godric's dad? I don't really know. Oops, I forgot to jump the second time. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Oh, delay swing. So very much the same tactics, except this time 2, 3, 4, 5. I rolled too soon, that's okay. I almost used a meatball. So the old blasty wind attack. I rolled too soon, that's fine. Yeah, so obviously, oh goodness me, panic rolling time. Obviously a lot tankier and dangerous than the original Godric. Can I get you to do the old jumpy, maybe? Yes. Very tanky, actually. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought I'd be out of range for that one. Ah! So yeah, so this time we have no Dragon Fist on good old Godric. So we don't have to worry about flames or anything. At least. Oh! Oh, they fell. She fell over. Oh, delayed swing galore. No, I'm dead. I'm alive. I should be dead. Okay, the old, the usual. So, what are you doing? No. So we got the Godfrey icon. So yeah, I get the feeling I probably should have died there on a couple of occasions, but we seem to be okay. I'll be honest, I'm not starving because literally not starving, but I'm very hungry. So I think I'm going to go grab something to eat after this. Oh, thought they were going to attack me then. So the Godfrey icon. My only assumption is because when you kill Godric, he says, we'll return to the land bathed in rays of gold. So maybe this is his spirit trying to return to the Erd Tree, or like he wanted to become a god so badly that he wanted to become the Lord of Leyndell maybe so badly that he kind of, his spirit got trapped here. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Be cool if we could summon Godric though, wouldn't it, as a spirit ash. So, Godfrey icon. I think this is quite a good one. I want to say it increases, yes, enhances charged spells and skills. So charged being the imperative word there. Okay, it has to be something that you charge up. So if I were to use my Hoarfrost Stomp, it wouldn't work because I literally just pressed the button once. Legendary talisman depicting the Elden Lord Godfrey. Raises charge attack power of sorceries, incantations, and skills. Godfrey was a ferocious warrior. When he vowed to become a lord, he took the beast regent Serosh upon his back to suppress the ceaseless lust for battle that raged within. There you go. Interesting, interesting. Maybe that's part of why he was sort of banished to outside the lands between. Alright, I'm just going to check the time again. Excuse me. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. What could we do with 3 little minutes? Do you know what? Let's just explore the rest of this gorge and we'll go to the top and we will leave it there, I think. And I'll go get something to eat before I expire. Excuse me, I'll just take a drink too. Did I kill you guys? I don't remember. Let's try and get some flasks back, maybe. It's probably the correct thing to do here. Torrent, how are you doing on health? You're full. Okay, that's good to know. So yeah, we're riding through this little gorge now. We'll just see if there's anything else that we can pick up along the way. So that's the encampment. We'll avoid that so we don't get blasted again. Okay, I've killed you guys before. Maleficent is up there. Let's see. Try and cover our bases a little bit before we go into the next episode. Ah, I see a Twinkie. Looks like we're going to need a ranged attack for you. I also see there might be a giant crab coming. That seems like Bloodblade. Interesting. Oh, yes. I think there are a few giant crabbies around here. There you go. Ah, whiff galore. Oh, I haven't forgotten you. My dear fly friend. Where are you? Oh, you shit. You bitch shit. You shitting? Thank you. Let me just heal that 1 damage. Oop. Thank you. Oh shit, we've got 100k runes as well. I should probably probably see to that, and I'll do that before the end of the episode too. God, it's windy and raining and it's dark. It's supposed to be the land of gold. What are you? Oh, it's a... it is a impaled troll. Shite. Oh, I remember these guys. I'll explain in a second. Right, thankfully we were able to hit her. Ah, shit, she lived. Honestly, I'm more interested in getting her out of the way. No. Just no. Oh, God, the old preemptive attack from the troll. Are you trying to get your sword out? What the f... You don't have a sword. How did you get the sword? Did you see? Yeah, so these guys have always been a little bit weird, because when the game first came out, these guys had like 1 HP, so literally you tap them and they would die. And now it seems they've tried to turn them into normal trolls, but instead of having a sword, they're impaled by a spike, so they kind of pull the sword out of nowhere. Let's see if this guy is the same. Don't know why I'm using Torrent, I don't usually, but it seems to be working out. Do you know what, I'm going to let him live just so I can see if they're going to pull out the sword again. Yeah, that's so weird. You weird, weird man. There we are. Ah, so there is a little dungeon up here. And I think there's perhaps... Oh yeah, you can carry on up there too. So this is probably... Oh, let me grab you. Very missable. God, it's pissing it down. Yeah, Spirit Spring there to get up if you wish to. But the canyon also continues through that gap up there. And to be honest, we'll probably go... Yeah, there is a way into Mount Gelmir, I think, but also it leads to this sort of swamp area here. So we'll probably start off with that next episode too. I say that, we'll start off with this place, because I'm not doing this right now. This looks like a mine shaft to me. Okay, and I think there are some ruins above us too that we'll have to go and deal with eventually. So the old hidden platforms. See if we get anything this time. Some crap, fortunately. Yeah. There are usually candles on these things. Not this time. Forgot to send the lift down. Damn it. So, like I said, let's spend all of our souls. I want to try and get... and I've said this in previous episodes, I apologise, I just like to use all my gold runes. I like to think about the consequences after the fact. Maybe if I had like a Lord rune or something, I wouldn't probably yeet it so readily, but these little ones, I don't think it really matters at this stage of the game, if I'm to be honest with you. So... we have 116k, we can level up twice. So I'm still going to pump up endurance until I can put my twin blade on, because I very, very much like to use it now at this stage of the game. Heavy load. Take off those, we're on medium. There we go. We can finally equip it. Can I also equip a bow and or torch? I cannot. That is fine, I can live with that. Beautiful. Ah... it's like riding a bike, people. Look. Ah, oh, so quick. So how many hits in the combo? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, but kind of 7. Some of the attacks have multiple hits in. Very nice. And then we have the charged R2. Spinny. And then non-charged. So just a 2-hit combo there. Okay, that's the secret hidden ability. Ooh. So it has an inbuilt spinny. You can see that costs FP. However, I'm going to be replacing that right now, because I got something from Roger a long time ago. God rest his soul. Where are we? Ashes of War. Right here, Gargoyle's Twin Blade. Plus 14. No, I didn't know it was quite that high. That's good. Do you know what? Take me back to the round table hold, because we might be able to oh shit, we can't leave. 1 second, sorry. We might be able to level it up a little bit anyway, a little bit more. Look at the corpse wax. Ooh. Let's go see. If we can pump it up a bit more, because I'm sure we got some level 5, what are they called? Smithing stones. So yes, things are looking a little bit empty now, aren't they? People have either left or they are dead. So yes, I hope you weren't expecting full happy endings in the lands between. Let me see. No, we cannot. Oh, we're on. Oh no, I beg your pardon. We just need more level 5 smithing stones. That's fine. So Hugh, please, can you put this on? I like this one, spinning weapon. And then I would like you to make it heavy, so I get even more power. There, we get a nice boost. Yes. Yes. Ah, finally. Now this isn't, like I said, this isn't my main weapon. This is my my secondary weapon, but I do like to use it, and you will see, if I remember that I have it, that I would like to use it, certainly on bigger enemies. So if there's a big old boss, and I knock them over, often I will use this instead of doing a critical attack, and I'll just try to get as many hits in as possible. So let's get our lantern on so we can see. And this is also a good little... I like to use this as a finisher sometimes. If an enemy just has a little bit of HP left, we just do that. And it slices and dices. Yes. Oh, it's perfect. Yes. And then just a standard jumpy attack. What's the backstep? Ooh, it's a jabby. Rolling. Ooh, upward thrust. R2 any different? No. For you? No. I think that's everything. Ah, yes. It's a new... We've got a brand new Joker now that we get to play with. I'm almost tempted to do this dungeon now, but I will not. I will not. Because that is our 2-hour mark. So, ladies and peeps... I will leave it there, and we'll come back next time and continue our exploration of the Altars Plateau. It might take at least like 2 or 3 more episodes to do everything, because I'm thinking of doing, before I go to Mount Gelmir, I'm thinking I'm doing the outskirts as well. I'll just do that all as part of the Altars Plateau. Also, my favourite armour in the game is in the outskirts. The Altars Plateau outskirts, or the Lanedale capital outskirts, whatever it's called. So I'll try to prioritize getting that as well. So, ooh, we can get a nice boost in attack power there. Look at that. So on the sword we get 6 attack power. This is why we made it heavy, ladies and gentlemen. And then we get a nice 3 on our thingamajiggy. Twin Blade. Then HP. We get, oh goodness me, 40, no, I apologise terribly, I'm awful at maths. 53? I'm just going to say 53, it might be entirely wrong, I apologise. Let's just do this one. Yes. And also in the Altars Plateau we'll be getting our ultimate bow, so we'll kind of have almost everything that we need, really. In fact, the armour and Oh, there'll be talismans left. But yes, the armor and the bow that we want are both in the Altars Plateau somewhere. So, all good things to look forward to. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!